My Mount Rushmore of fighting games.
Okay, all right. So this is a question first and foremost.
Okay, so the cannons are like 2 spots, right? Do they count as one? You combine their heads into one, just like put their features as one?
I kind of owe that to them, but also just the lasting impact on the scene.
They're the GOATs. They're not only working on the future, the past, the present of fighting games. They've done so much for the scene. They created the lovely netcode you use to play online games with right now. They helped create this event, which we're at right now. They're working on Project L. It's the future. They worked on everything. Everything fighting games, past, present, future. Those 2, they're my heroes.
The 4 players that would be on my Mount Rushmore of fighting games would definitely be Daigo.
Daigo. Probably put Daigo Umehara on that.
If you don't say Daigo, you're trying to be special. You got to recognize that Evo Moment 37 was a thing. He's been doing it for years in multiple titles, and wherever he goes, he captivates the minds of everyone.
Same with Justin Wong.
Daigo and Justin, we'll combine them together. That's slot number 2 right there. I can't think of a good name between them. Jago. Third is Jago from Killer Instinct. No, I'm just kidding.
He's been doing God's work with being an all-rounder and also getting new players and inspiring new people into the scene, even though his major claim to fame is losing in Evo Moment 37. Like, what a thing to be immortalized for. You know, you got to hand it to him.
And he's come a long way too. Now he's a daddy and he's doing the fancy, nice YouTube stuff, so it's really interesting. But Daigo and Justin, you have your spot reserved on Mount Rushmore.
Their EVO finals in 2009 got me into fighting games, and I'm sure a lot of other people, but also their EVO moment almost 20 years ago now, which is pretty wild to think about. That moment got a lot of people into fighting games. I'm sure some moment between them in the next couple of years will get more people into fighting games. It's one of those things where those 2 deserve to be it.
Hey man, you want extra guac? もっとキックが欲しいな。
Let's put Tokido. His quote was everywhere at Evo last year, so that makes sense.
Fighting game is something so great.
Tokido is just a legend. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of Japanese players, but Tokido in the last few years, I feel like, has had very impressive gameplay. He brings a really interesting, I guess, emotion to Street Fighter. Obviously famous for the murder face, but in Street Fighter 6, he showed impressive results.
He jumped onto it. Oh, he baited the throw.
That's it. That's it. Tokido is the Evolution 2017 champion.
We gotta go with the commentator. I'll say Yipes.
Yipes is definitely the commentator that everyone strives to be. You'd hate to admit it, but a lot of people do copy his tenure and what he does in commentary, but then they end up having their own style.
Coming from the Smash community, those of us who don't understand these games at all have an undeniable gut understanding that Yipes is the single greatest commentator to ever commentate a game. His knowledge combined with his energy, combined with his ability to riff and rhyme and do all sorts of stuff to keep it fresh, has not changed for like 20 years. That's incredible.
Yipes is Yipes, dude. I'm sure you've all seen the videos, past, present, future. He's someone in the scene who deserves a lot more work than he gets, which is wild because he's very busy anyway. But yeah, he's the GOAT.
Yeah. Come on, dude. Yeah, well, on the bright side, I didn't deserve any of this.
This is very difficult. I know a lot of people that I feel like have really paved the way for me. All right, here I go. My Mount Rushmore would be obviously Alex Valle, one of the most popular Lactios that we could ask for, Mr. Cali Power himself.
Valle is very well-rounded, including tournament administration, organization, things like that, production, helping new players come up.
So I would put Punk. So Punk, iconic, Punk and Pink. I feel like he's all around good at every fighting game. That's just I mean, I can't imagine a title he's not good at. I would put Mena RD. Mena is just like the people's champ. You see Mena and you can't not feel good about his gameplay. It's so exciting to watch him play, and I don't know, it's just amazing to see the vibe that he brings.
Oh my.
Yo, somebody give me a picture of that. I'm putting that on my wall.
I want the Ryu Akuma stare down. I want that.
Pyro Lee, he is a Third Strike player, one of the prime Americans that made it out to Super Battle Opera in Japan. He's the one that made me want to pick up Yun in the first place.
And then I'm going to put Knee, because Knee is just master Tekken.
Korea, put your hands up for Knee!
I would put Maximilian up there as well. I found Max when he had just started the Online Warrior, and I've been watching ever since. Made me love Street Fighter 3 and Marvel.
The fighting game community is a lot smaller than a lot of other communities, and every community needs like pillars. And Maximilian brings so many people in to like fighting games. It's insane the impact that he's had on the community, and just how many people he brings in is like just a genuinely positive force in the community, I think.
Sorry. I couldn't even see that. He looks dumb.
And then this one is more personal bias because I've been watching him forever. I really think Wooly Wools should be up there. Wooly Madden from Wooly Versus. He's had a huge impact on my love for fighting games.
Who is it?
It's Wooly. He's yelling something.
Who is on my Mount Rushmore of fighting games? Okay, Akira Nishitani, Akiman, Daisuke Shiwatari, and Nitsuma. The creators of Street Fighter that we know and love, the art style, the direction of the game from the jump, Daisuke, the one-man Guilty Gear army, Nitsuma, Marvel, all of these are the minds that gave us some of my funnest experiences with fighting games, a genre that I love to date.
I would also put Yasuyuki Oda, SNK, I think lasting impact on just the scene in general.
And I think right now, because of Street Fighter 6, I would put Big Bird up there. Big Bird is just awesome. I love the community around Maritza. It's like this Maritza army that he built as soon as Street Fighter 6 came out, and it's very passionate, and it brings something different. It's not just about competitiveness, but it's this family that he created just by posting videos about how crazy she is.
For your Red Bull Kumite 2023 South Africa champion, Big Bird!
Mount Rushmore, greatest of all time, GOAT. All right, so I say Biggie should be there. Definitely father of FGC. He definitely knows his things, especially in terms of helping people get into it. He's very approachable in that sense, and helped me certainly since I was talking to him since I was about 16 years old. So I've known him for such a long time, and there's no way I can't recognize him for what he's done. Team Spooky Victor has been the stream example. Like, all of this almost can't be done because of what he's already accomplished so much from the start. And he's shown so many people that he doesn't have to be the only one to stream every event. It used to be wherever Spooky went, we would all watch back in 2011. Kudos to Spooky. I think he's doing a great job as well.
We're going to do Dominion. Dominion, huge face back in the Street Fighter 4 days. He hasn't been around for a hot minute now, but I know he put a huge impact in the scene a while back.
He's already on stage, Dominion!
No matter how many times I think of this question, I think it's still bullshit because it's very difficult.